Ranger fans and geek culture, mark your calendars. November 11th to the 13th.
Welcome to Ranger Stop!
Ranger Stop 2022, live in Orlando, Florida. Come and meet your favorite Power Rangers, past, present, and future. Check out the exhibitors room and get your hands on some sweet art, comics, and toys. Lots of toys. Get yourself a photo with our photo op. Enjoy a variety of cosplay contests, Q&As, and our exclusive VIP dinner. And get ready for Ranger Stop presents Turtle Stop, a reunion panel for the cast of Ninja Turtles and Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, with Judith Hogg, Brian Tucci, Ernie Reyes Jr., and former WWE and WCW heavyweight champion, Super Shredder himself, Big Sexy Kevin Nash. It is all going down November 11th to the 13th. Orlando, Florida, Ranger Stop 2022. Get your tickets now at rangerstop.com.
Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
It's the final countdown.
Really? Had to put on the sweater?
Kamen Rider show, so yeah. I will let that pass.
Had to put the sweater on?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Not gonna lie though, I was like this close to singing "Daddy Wasn't There" by Mike Myers.
Daddy wasn't there.
But I feel like the Dragon Ball references in this episode are a little on the
underwear. Daddy wasn't there.
Plus, we've done that so many times, like when we were doing Saber and Revice.
I mean, it's a typical trope in all of tokusatsu and anime media, where it is the dad most of the time.
Actually, come to think of it, a lot of the Reiwa era had a lot of like
daddy issues,
like use of father and son tropes. Like you saw them here and there in the Showa era. No, not in the Showa era. There was one very specific season in the Showa era, but they were they were like few and far in between in the Heisei era. But it seems like in Reiwa, it's all about fathers and sons. You got Horobi with June,
or Naruto with his Humagear dad, which makes no sense. How is his dad a Humagear?
and then you got Caliber and Espada. Then you got literally Veil and Vice, and now we got eggs, just eggs.
Wow. See, there's no father figures that we know of yet, outside of the Genpen. That was more sad on our end.
So here's my question to you guys before we get started. Do you see yourself more as a helicopter parent like Chi-Chi, or as a let your kids swim in the deep end parent like Piccolo?
I've become both.
I'm both.
Given
my experience, I'm both.
Yeah, I'm good at both.
Well, as long as you're not the Goku type.
Hey. I resent all three of those aspects. Thank you very much.
No, you don't.
I have
it's better than to resemble all three of those aspects.
Hey. It depends on how you do
anything with your hair. It stays that way. And then Trunks randomly gets blue hair. Okay, what are we talking about? I'm TimeRider Zero, rocking my Kabuto shirt because there is a promo for Geats with Kamen Rider Kabuto that's not relevant to this episode, but I'm still going to rock it when I get my t-shirt and my Kabuto Zector raised buckle. Until then, I'm going to use my actual Kabuto Zector. And of course, with me are our baby face, Mike Brogdon. How you doing?
First of all, I don't have a baby face, okay? I don't.
I don't know.
Let me get you. Let me get you.
And our resident
we
Neil,
have Mr.
Jared, how you
Carnigan.
doing?
Yeah, Mr. Carnigan himself.
Oh yeah, I'm high off my ass right now. I'm just having some Snickerdoodle Oreos from Canada.
Oh, Snickerdoodle Oreos. I'm surprised that's not a thing here in the US. And of course, we are here to talk about the arc finale of technically the second arc in Kamen Rider Geats, the encounter arc with the episode Encounter F, Wake Up Monster. Well, we now know that F stands for final.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any point in doing an arc review of the Daybreak arc because it's literally just the one episode. So even if we averaged it out, it's still 1 out of 1. But yes, at the end of this review, we're not only going to give our final thoughts on this episode, but also our thoughts on the entire encounter arc as a whole, as we do with every arc in Kamen Rider when we have a very distinct conclusion to an arc. So, real quick, guys, what were your thoughts of this episode? Let's start with you, Mike.
First off, I don't care what anyone has to say. Y'all can put it in the comments. Hashtag justice for Kamen Rider Tycoon. Okay? I don't care. Anywho, that's how passionate I am about that. But all in all, I did like this episode. It wasn't really rushed, which that's how I like it. And honestly, I was sad at the end. I was sad for one other Kamen Rider. And if you know who
it's the one you put all your money on, isn't it?
Huh?
You put your money on Buffa, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Put it on
Heck no. No, I did not.
Oh, so you put your money on Neon?
Yes.
You were a fool. That's a fool's bet.
Okay, and she
bet like
had
me.
one of the most character development. Don't knock on my girl Neon. You got a problem with that? We can.
Dude, I'm high. I don't get that.
Mr. Sweater.
Don't hate on the Cardigan. 1, 2.
I'm hating on
Neon
it.
is a great
I'm
character,
hating on it.
but you have to go by typical Toku logic and where we are at the point of this story. Obviously, Geats was going to win. Spoilers. We're going to skip ahead a bit. But yeah, my money was on Geats.
Same.
You know what?
Like we can even go back 3 episodes and review our predictions.
Look, Neon had a development. So did Tycoon. And we learned a bit more about Buffa. But considering this is a Kamen Rider series, this is a typical main universe Kamen Rider series, the obvious answer is always going to win out.
Yeah. Like maybe like Geats might lose in the 2nd or 3rd Grand Prix, but he's definitely not going to lose in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
We need to establish his full badassery.
Think of it as a wrestling booking. You got to make your guy look strong going into the next bit of his career, where then he can take a pin or whatever. But until then, nah, he's got to be he's going to be the one pinning people.
Yeah, and again, like even though we did see him win the previous game, again, it was the finals. There was only 1 episode. There were only 2 other competitors. You don't have enough context clues to see how powerful Buffa and Shiroe were.
Yeah, it was just more to create suspense and to be like, oh, this is what we're doing. Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's the final countdown.
You do realize this is on YouTube and they can pull you for singing their songs, right?
All right. So here we go. The final episode of the arc. So we first did a quick recap that Tycoon got served. But honestly, Mike, I would have to disagree with you. He did get his justice because he saved his sister. That was the whole point of fighting.
I don't care. I don't care. Justice for Kamen Rider Tycoon.
Well,
Justice for Kamen Rider Tycoon.
He's still alive with all his memories intact, so he's good.
No, he doesn't have his memories.
Well, not memories of the Desire Grand Prix, but he still has his memory. Like his sister's alive, he's alive. That's all that matters. And then
I don't care.
he'll be back. Obviously, he'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Will he be back in the next episode, or will he be back in episodes after that? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But
besides, for the previous 2 or 3 writers, we mostly went into their dirty laundry before they got eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 2 episodes, we went into Keiwa's dirty laundry. He wants world peace, but he wants it selfishly because he's willing to like have other people sacrifice their own dreams and desires to serve his own self-righteous purposes. Basically, he's kind of like Gumball in that episode of Gumball where he has that fight with that cactus girl.
Mm.
So yeah. So in a way, Tycoon was the heel of that 2-part episode. In a way of speaking, he's perpetual babyface, but contextually, he was the heel. At least that's my interpretation.
What's his name? He's was not Endeavor, wasn't from the boys. He's Homelander Cody.
Yeah.
Where he thinks he's the good guy, but he's doing it in bad ways, you know. And obviously, Kay was still righteous throughout the end, but you know, he's just that typical shonen babyface protagonist where he is just like, I'm gonna save people no matter what. He doesn't know yet it's gonna sacrifice people, and that's where he will learn to grow and be a better hero in the long run.
Actually, you just gave me an idea for a Punnett Square to elaborate this concept. Like it's like when we talked about Dupont and Mary before, we got a hater with direction in Mary, and we got a hater with no direction in Dupont.
Mm-hmm.
But with Geats, we got a righteous person with direction, while Tycoon is a righteous person without direction. And the problem with being righteous without direction is, sure, you might have good intentions, but they could still have negative consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could actually make things worse instead of better if like you don't know what exactly you're doing or how.
Exactly.
Like think of it this way, like when you do when you perform CPR on a person, like let's say a person's choking, right? Like some people don't understand what it actually means to be choking. If a person's coughing, they think, oh, this person's coughing, I got to do the Heimlich maneuver. No, see, a person's choking when they're not able to cough, because choking means no air can get in or out. If a person's coughing, air can get out, and they're trying to get rid of the thing that's lodged in their throat. But so when you perform the Heimlich maneuver on a person who is legitimately choking, you're helping squeeze out the blockage. Yeah, but the thing is, if a person's still coughing and you perform the Heimlich, you might actually cause more blockage instead of alleviating it. So you could actually be doing a person if you're not doing it correctly or knowing when to do it. I like to think of Tycoon as basically a person who thinks they know how to do CPR but actually doesn't.
Yeah, and it got me thinking that Neon and Buffa, they both have direction and no direction, and they're more of like they're more selfish, where Neon has no real direction on her selfishness, but Buffa is selfish and wants to destroy and has that direction. So it's like everyone is two sides of the same coin.
I like that. It kind of reminds me of Dante's Purgatorio. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, the Divine Comedy is a trilogy. Everyone knows Inferno. Not too many people know about Purgatorio and Paradiso. Read Purgatorio. It's a great read. Just saying. All right. Yeah. Okay. So moving right along. Now that we only have 3 finalists left, they're confused. Like, hold on, we kicked the can. Like, look, what's going on? It turns out, the barrier expanded somehow, so it's still technically inside the territory, and the monster reclaimed it. Thoughts on this plot twist?
I mean, I feel like it was all set up It's a
It
setup.
was. It was.
It's like, oh yeah, you did good, but yeah, you just missed it. It's like basically Uncle from Jackie Chan. Like, one more thing.
That's not how you do it. One more thing.
One more thing. Chucky, Uncle need curry powder. One more thing. Uncle need eye of newt. One more thing. Uncle need new blowfish for cheese spell.
One more thing. Uncle needs new uncle.
You know what's funny is that like one time I actually did that impression at my first anime expo, and this guy cosplaying as Zuko from season 2 of Avatar when he's working at the Jasmine Dragon comes up to me, he's like, "Hey man, that's a great Uncle Chan impression." So I hit him in the head like Ayat, you need to have more respect for your uncle.
Damn.
Like he took it like a champ. I respect that because like any other guy would probably get pissed.
Well, I think yes, but you know.
But it worked because Zuko does need to respect his uncle.
Yeah.
So crazy change of pattern. The game master shows up in front of everyone, and he serves them some hard-boiled eggs. Just
I want
kidding.
some hard-boiled eggs. It's
just turned into Nez the Classified School Survival Guide where they have to babysit an object.
Oh no! It turns into that episode of Everybody Hates Chris, where like everyone in the class gets a white egg, but Chris gets a brown egg.
Yeah. See.
Game Master Morello.
Everybody
hates Chris. I wish Hulu would upload the rest of season 1. Like they have all of seasons 2 through 4, but they only have the first 9 episodes of season 1. I don't get why. It makes no sense. But yes, they have to take care of these eggs. And in the process, we learn some different parenting styles. Shall we go over them?
Oh, God.
We hit the ground running. And let's be honest, we all love these types of sequences when we got different riders lined up doing their transformation sequence and their visors light up at the same time. That's one of the things I love about Kamen Rider Decade. Very few things, but it's one of those.
I will defend Decade forever.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Nevertheless, we do see the different parenting styles. First, we got Nago as a helicopter parent, and her egg gets kidnapped. Gee, why does this feel familiar? Nago has to take care of the egg, and the egg gets kidnapped. Why does this sound familiar?
Apple didn't fall far from the tree with her parenting style, apparently.
Yeah. So just like how Nago got kidnapped when she was a kid, her kid got kidnapped.
Now she knows what her mom went through.
Meanwhile, Bubba's like, "You take care of yourself." Wait, real quick. Your dad's dead. Ha! I love saying that. Your dad's dead. Your dad's dead. Your dad's dead. Wah. I'm sorry, but like this reminds me of Chi-Chi. This reminds me of Piccolo.
I see it. I actually can see it.
Me too.
Meanwhile, Geats kind of combines both the Goku and Bulma method, where he's both completely reckless, but also like nurtures it. It's like, you're going to be a baby genius. And I'm not talking about that awful movie with Christopher Lloyd.
It's like, my son's going to be a Super Saiyan. A Super Saiyan.
All I want to do is see you turn into a Super Saiyan, a Super Saiyan. All I want to be is a dad who gets to see a Super Saiyan.
See, that's basically Geats.
Yeah, but we do get to see a secret mission. Find the can, and it's somehow lodged inside its body. But hey, bonus points. You know, you got to rack them up. It's the finals.
Get them points up.
And then his phone turns to a little spider, and the next thing you know, what does he open? It's the boost buckle, ladies and gentlemen.
I like that nod to Kamen Rider Tycoon. like I'm gonna be honest, like for anyone to get a boost buckle, it's probably a mundane thing that you can expect at the Desire Grand Prix, but because of the recurrence, I'm just gonna say it's going to be a Tycoon reference. Like, oh, look at that nod to Tycoon. Punk Jet gets boost buckles. Like, look at that nod to Tycoon. Freaking
I think
that
that
owl
whoever
guy.
just does a secret mission, they do a secret mission, they get the boost buckle first.
Yeah.
So it's first come, first serve, and always Tycoon was always doing the side things, saving the people and stuff, and that's always giving him that bonus prize of the boost buckle.
Exactly.
That's actually not a bad assessment. I like that. I actually like that. So, 2 of the eggs end up hatching, and the helicopter parent gets a propeller. Meanwhile, the drill sergeant the drill sergeant parent gets a drill boost buckle. So, that's actually very fitting. And they're like, oh, this is gonna be super helpful. Yeah, let's hope it is. Meanwhile, we got a late bloomer, and of course, Geats
Goku,
is like,
Geats.
Yeah, Goku, Geats-ku, Go Geats, Go Geats Howard,
really.
Son Go Geats Howard. There we go. He's like, oh no, true genius is a late bloomer. Like it requires time to boil over its talents.
You can say it's hard boiled.
Yep. And of course, but yeah. So the other 2 characters try to make their peace because Neko tells her fans this might be her last podcast, and kind of makes sense because either A, she dies and she will not be able to make more podcasts, or she will win and she'll be free, and the whole point of her podcast is her trying to escape. So it's like, if she gets her wish, there'll be no point in her continuing her podcast. So
or
that kind of
works.
If
she loses, she'll just forget everything she's done up to this point.
Pretty much.
And of course, we get another visit from the past, and turns out there was at least one season of Desire Grand Prix where both Buffa and his friend were in the same season.
Or maybe Buffa caught his friend, and that's when he saw his friend die.
See, I liked that version better, like back when he just happens to catch his friend die and then afterwards join. But the thing is, the friend straight up says, oh, I see you joined the Desire Grand Prix as well. Unless this wasn't a flashback and it's just him seeing a vision of his friend. Like a ghost.
Probably.
Like a Merrick Zanaku thing.
That would be fascinating. It's at least he's not telling him, hey, bruh, I was killed by your uncle. You need to avenge me. Freaking Hamlet.
Or Green Goblin, Spider-Man, Raimi movies.
Oh, yeah. Actually, if you went the Hamlet route, how weird would it be if the ghost said, by the way, the person who killed me was Ace all along? I'm going to be like... Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but we all know it wasn't Geats. He was just there. Just that elephant.
Yeah, we know that one of the 2 riders that killed him was an elephant rider.
Why do I feel like the other one was like a sheep? And I know there's a sheep one. There's going to be a sheep one in the next.
White sheep one. Maybe it's a goat or a ram, probably.
I'm going with ram.
Because penguin and owl have very similar molds. And of course, you got the 3 bears.
The We Bear Bears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can we get JDF to be a silver bear rider?
I mean, Tom Constantine was already in this.
I don't know if that'll happen.
We already established this last week. Yoshi freaking Sudarso was in Super Sentai. So there's no excuse of anybody coming to Kamen Rider. Especially, like I just said, Tom Constantine. He's there.
Yeah. Yeah, John Constantine was originally a NBC character, but then the show got bought out by Warner Brothers, so he was able to join the Legends of Tomorrow. But but I more like to make the comparison of JDF to what's his name, the guy from Kamen Rider Decade, Inoue, because like, let's be honest, like if JDF happens to visit the set of Power Rangers, I'm pretty sure the writers will try to squeeze him into an episode, like just because they have the opportunity to squeeze him into an episode. And what's it called? And if Tsukasa Kodoya shows up at the Toei studio, they're like, "Hey, it's Tsukasa, coming right in." And they're like, "Oh, you're here. Okay, let's squeeze you into an episode of Kamen Rider if you're down for that." That's why he appeared in that episode of Wizard. Why he appeared in that episode of Gaim.
So he wasn't gone. I wasn't
and
bugging.
so on and so forth. And of course, he's also been in Garo, so it's not that hard to get. Actually, if anything, it was harder to get him into Geo because he was the lead actor in Garo.
Garo.
Yeah. But hey, at least he came back.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Honestly, is it just me, or does he feel like more of an interesting character in Geo than he did in Decade?
It's because he's grown in his powers in the last 10 years since then.
Probably.
Plus, as an anti-heel, like it just works more with his character.
Mm-hmm.
None of that amnesia nonsense.
Like,
yeah. So we get a Wesley Collins moment, just like we did in the first episode. Don't you just love these Wesley Collins moments?
Yeah, this is Return of Cooler. This is Return of Cooler. Goku and Vegeta staring them all down. It's like, you take the 500, right? I take the 500 left. Screw that. I'm gonna take 501.
Wow, I can't believe you got punched in the nads 501 times, Vegeta. Shut up, Goku.
So that's basically that.
What's more?
But yeah, so the helicopter parent and the drill sergeant parent both try to give it their all, and they both attack the can at the same time. Fortunately, it wasn't enough. But then the late bloomer genius parent's like, you know what? I'm tired. It's time for you to move out of the house. I'm kicking you out of the bird's nest. And like he ends up saving Buffa by like using his own egg as a shield.
That's the most Goku way of parenting ever. It's like, go on, son, you can do it. What? Boom.
I should probably apologize to Mom if I lived through this.
Yeah, we've seen so many jokes about like Goku and Dragon Ball Z characters having guns because of the whole Fortnite thing. Does you imagine like if Goku really did have to fight using guns, like he literally would use his child's his young Gohan as a human to meet shield. It's like Gohan, come here, you're gonna save the world.
I should probably apologize to Mom if I survive this.
Like it's gonna be just like the trailer for Soul Plane 2, the blackjacking, except instead of an adult woman, it's a 9-year-old sane child.
That's funny, true, but yeah, no. Geats used his egg. Just be like, you know what? Time to crack this egg open. Bam!
It's time to crack this egg. Oh man, I need to rewatch the Power Rangers movie just for no reason other than reference.
I mean, it's on Disney Plus in certain countries.
Yeah,
and it's on HBO Max.
I mean, it is on HBO Max, but I did not know about the Disney Plus thing.
That and Turbo.
But we digress.
But he is like, well, you see, Buffa, like you taught my son how that you should stand up for yourself and be willing to sacrifice yourself. So good on you for being a good parent. Ooh, is that just a commercial for 01?
Yeah.
Damn it, Blu-ray. Not the actual episode. So sad.
No, it's just the Blu-ray. Get it on Blu-ray at your local.
Get on Blu-ray if you don't have it.
Go to your local Walmart or Best Buy.
So support Toei so that they would make more seasons.
If you want,
available
if you guys want Geats
in the US legally. The less we have to use this, the better.
Exactly.
Anyways, so it turns out his egg had the monster raise
the
buckle.
Monstar.
So I want to ask you guys this: what is your impression of the monster form?
I feel it deep within, the doctor's deep within. I must admit that I feel like a monster. Sorry.
I call it Monstar. You know, if I hit him high, hit him high, hit him high, and you hit him low, hit him low, hit him low, which basically did happen.
Actually, consider the fact that he's fighting a giant. All I could say is monster, 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 monster.
Wait. Digimon. I'm sorry.
Attack on Titan.
Digimon Data Squad. Yeah.
One thing I did notice about his knuckles in this suit is that they look like repaints of Dogga Hammer's knuckles from Kamen Rider Kiva. Did you guys notice that?
No,
I did not.
Hold on, let me remove the banner for a second, because the knuckles in this suit kind of look like the gauntlets that Kiva had in his Dogga Hammer form, and it doesn't surprise me too.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Because I remember when I got the Blu-ray for Kamen Rider Gaim. Actually, give me one hot second, real quick.
honestly, I
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it.
Because when I was watching Gaim Gaiden 2 episode Knuckle, and he got his new walnut form, like he could fire his walnut knuckles out, but the thing is, when he fires them out, what's left over are basically repaints of the gorilla arms from Kamen Rider O's. I'm like, wait a minute, those are the knuckles from O's.
Well, I mean, that's how they save money at Toei. You gotta reuse whatever and repaint it.
Yeah, and also when you look at Super Tatoba from what's it called, Megamax, the shoulder pads look like what's his name's Kamen Rider Delta's shoulder pads, but rotated 90 degrees. So instead of them like sprouting outward like this, they're kind of like sprouting outward like this, but it's the same shoulder pads. At least it looks like it. So I do find it interesting when certain costume parts are being recycled.
I mean, they've been doing it all over. Rider, Sentai, Metal Hero, you name it, they've done it. Yeah.
But it is still like sort of a Where's Waldo type of situation where like you have to like really be observant of it. I mean, they were a lot more blatant with Geo when they recycled parts from past riders to make Shinobi, a Quiz, and Kikai.
I think that would be more as the point because it's an anniversary season.
Yeah. But other times, like in the case of Gaim Gaiden and Super Tatoba, and even this, this was a lot more subtle. So I respect that. Nevertheless, monster. He pulled a Kamen Rider wizard and got like a giant hand to just like punch the giant monster. Did you guys feel like that sequence was a little too short, or like was
honestly no? That, like I said, that punch reminded me of Digimon Data Squad when Marcus punches a Digimon right in the jaw. Like,
No, I think it paced itself where it needed to pace itself to make more room for the story, especially for the end of this episode.
Right. Yeah. Like I think it's kind of like, but you know what else it reminds me of? One Punch! 3, 2, 1, let's go! And of course, we see something that we've seen before. We have a new Advent god. And of course, it's the same one we've had probably for the last 2,000 years.
Yes, sir. My money was on Geats, and I was right.
Because it does seem a little convenient that a guy has been playing this game for 2,000 years. And like, sure, retired people can come back like Buffa, but the thing is, how does aging work with the Desire Grand Prix?
I'm pretty sure Geats is, some sort of mythological being.
Probably.
Because if anyone remembers Mortal Kombat Conquest, when the great Kung Lao defeated Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat, like his body became permanently frozen in time, where like he wouldn't age for 50 years, so that he'd be able to spend those 50 years training for the next Mortal Kombat tournament.
I mean that's true, but also it kind of reminded me of Power Rangers Dino Charge, even though they had the energems, but with
Like
the energems,
Coda.
but with the energems, it stops them from aging like Coda and Ivan.
And Tyler's dad.
Yeah, and Tyler's dad.
Yeah, Tyler's dad especially was kind of weird because like they're not the same age, even though like it's his dad. Nevertheless, I kind of like the Japanese version better in that the dad was the Silver Ranger instead of the Cyan Ranger, but it's neither here or there. But look who comes back. It's Punk Jack. By the way, as we find out a little bit later, punk, the term punk refers to punk rock, and Jack refers to jack-o'-lanterns, which
I think we already knew that though.
But he actually says something, and we get a face reveal.
Yeah. Now, I want to say also, I was right. The butler did it. But I was wrong in who the butler was.
Yeah. So turns out Punk Jack's true identity is Ween Hallelujah. And of course, the name win. Like you think it means win, like not lose, but it's actually pronounced like win, like Halloween.
Even though by the time this airs, Halloween's already over.
Yeah, so it kind of defeats the point. But it is the theme, and his last name is Hallelujah, but in Japanese English, so Hallelujah. So maybe he's an advent, maybe he's a curse. You never know. But either way, it's vent or be vented. Speaking of being vented, let's talk about the losers for a second.
Jesus.
Buffo asks, "Why did you save me?" And he says, "Well, because you taught my son how to do self-sacrifice, so you deserve that much. If you want to be strong enough to beat all Kamen Riders, you're gonna have to catch these hands in the next season." And of course, Neon's like, "I'm not gonna get my wish." And he's like, "You will, as long as you hold on to your ideals." So, do you think there might be some kind of foreshadowing
that she's gonna actually get a win? No, it stands to reason she has a chance. And it seems like they're both gonna get their chances to have their time in the sun, but it just wasn't here. It wasn't in the cards.
I feel like the stakes for her Neon are much smaller compared to some of the other riders because she could just because don't get me wrong, I think we all agree, we all love Neon, we want to root for her, but
she's a kid, she's got her whole entire life in front of her, she'll be fine.
Shut up!
And on the subject matter,
like it's like Michael just adopted her as like his unofficial daughter or some shit. Jeez, dude. Calm down.
What's stopping Neon from just simply filing for emancipation, leaving her house permanently, and then getting a full-time job, like doing working at a restaurant or something, to pay rent? I mean, yeah, it won't be as cushy or easy as being a rich girl in a mansion, but at least she wouldn't be trapped in her mansion. And of course, who knows? Maybe she might fall in love with one of her customers. Maybe a certain green one.
Well, I'm gonna say no on that one just for now, for obvious reasons. But yeah, no, I think she's 17. I think she's able to get a job. She'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of teenagers work part-time jobs as long as they file the correct tax forms with their parents.
Well, this is Japan. This is different than ours. And And she still has her whole podcasting career, so she's fine.
Yeah, she could just monetize. Actually, I'm curious, is Neko monetized? Because if she is, then technically she's making her own money.
Mhm.
Wow.
You know, maybe she could like pull a Bella Delphine. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, again, 17, my man. 17.
Hey,
17.
Japan.
I know.
Japan,
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
They're weird. They're
know.
weird in their own way.
I know. But
Like she eats a picture of like another person. Because some people on Instagram are just really weird like that. But the point is,
she'll be fine. That is the point. She'll be fine. She's gonna come back.
The point is, she doesn't have to like risk her life to get her freedom. She could I'm pretty sure like we could look up some Japanese laws about emancipations.
Well, we digress.
She's gonna get a new form in the next episode.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and it's not even a spoiler. It was in the preview. So
yeah, true. Of course, the front lady does take issues with what Ace's wish was,
which we still don't know.
This is too extreme. We can't allow this to happen. So my question to you guys: what do you think his wish might have been?
To meet the game master.
Maybe
because that's why she's like, we can't have this happening, even though he doesn't get to meet the game master. We met the game master. Yeah. Again, I knew it was the butler, just didn't know it was gonna be him.
Right.
And sorry to those who thought it was gonna be. I'm sorry even to myself for those who thought it was gonna be Dan Kuroda. I was hoping for
Dan Kuroda.
I was hoping Dan Kuroda. I was on board with them. I'm like, I'm sure it's not, but I'd be on board if it was.
That's funny.
Unless they'll do it in the movie just to fuck with us. To be like, since they thought it was gonna be Kuroda in the show, we'll just have it in like one of the either the winter or the summer movies, just to mess with people.
Yeah, I just hope it's not something super petty like the front lady has to affirmatively become my girlfriend because I know they've been hinting that like he's been asking her out on a date for the longest time, but I really hope that
that petty.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's petty, but that even that's a stretch. More of like meeting the game master that makes more sense than just getting a date with the assistant chick.
No. I'm not saying just get a date with the assistant. I mean like straight up making her his girlfriend in like long term, like which means that they would have to go on more than just the one date.
Who knows?
Like I really hope it's not something that petty, but I feel like it probably will be something really petty. I mean, his last wish was to be the star of the stars, the stars of the stars of the stars. Of course, finding out that this isn't his first rodeo, I'm thinking, why didn't he do that sooner?
Because he's not worried about her. He's worried about who the game master is.
And he's also worried about finding his mother.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm curious. So like I am curious what like some of his past wishes were before the Daybreak Grand Prix. Yeah.
Well, we know that his wish. Geats' wish was just to be world famous. His other wishes, who the hell knows?
Yeah. So we could see that he's still kind of world famous looking based on his outfit. And he is enjoying his new world, but being observed by the game master who reveals himself to be none other than
the butler.
Hey, it's Jeffrey.
It was the butler in the living room with a mask.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm excited to see what happens in the next round.
Yeah. So turns out like they pulled a Squid Game again.
Yeah,
by having the game master be revealed to be someone that they've known for the longest time. I mean, they could have taken.
No. Here's how I kind of put the pieces together. If you look at it, the game master be under the hood. You always see a white suit. The butler always wears the white suit. Put two and two
But the
together.
thing is, a lot of the staff members presumably wear the white suit.
Not.
Like even even the front lady wears a white dress.
You got to pay attention to the way he walks too.
See, that was my clue. We don't really see the game out. Like, I mean, I would love to say that I figured it out a few episodes earlier, but the thing is, the only thing we see of the game master is literally just a bust shot of him and not really like emoting or saying anything, and his voice is distorted. But the fact that we see him for the first time in this episode in his full body,
then you're like, oh.
I was able to piece together that he's probably the concierge, because the way he's showing those eggs kind of gave it away. But the thing is, because we didn't have any earlier shots of the game master where like he gave more mannerisms, it's kind of harder to say it earlier on.
But hey, I called it. It was the butler.
Now I'll say this: if Ginpen was the game master, that would have been interesting and a little bit more show accurate to Squid Game.
That would have been crazy, but because they already established the rules of the Desire Grand Prix, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Sao managed to fake a death in a safe zone. So.
Yeah, but then like it would take away the emotional impact that we had with his family, especially with his child dying, unfortunately. So that would be a big FU to everybody.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong, but I would also make the argument that they're probably doing a Ryuki where like the constant conflict gives off residual energy that fuels the life force of his child, where it's like he's trying to coax everyone into like fighting the Desire Grand Prix so that they give off energy in order to save his daughter.
So basically, it's just like every Power Ranger thing since Samurai, where it's like, oh, every time a monster fights, it gives I forgot his Japanese counterpart, Xandrid energy and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously that wasn't the case, but I feel like that would be a way that they could have written the show to be closer to Squid Game. And again, I don't want it to be completely congruent to Squid Game, because again, Squid Game is basically ripped off from Kamen Rider Ryuki to some capacity.
Yeah, so basically, they ripped off enough to still do their own thing.
Yeah. But I will say this: if they took a note from Squid Game and made the game master one of the participants, I think that's how they would have done it.
That's why I thought he was going to be. That's why I thought he was going to be Punk Jack. But
yeah, I definitely do not think he would be Punk Jack, because I feel like it would be too on the nose if they did it that way. But I also would say that Punk Jack was definitely not eliminated.
I think Punk Jack was a red herring.
Yeah.
Punk Jack was a red herring because like he's so quiet and just so stoic, and it's like, oh, it might be the concierge, and it's like, nope, the concierge is the game master. It's like, that red herring. Where's Freddy?
I had a gut feeling that the butler was the game master. I had a gut feeling.
Well, we know that.
You also had a gut feeling about Neon winning. What happened to that?
You know what? Let's settle. This. Let's settle this.
How do you want to settle this?
Okay. But like there's no way that the butler could have been Punk Jack, because we do see them both in the same scene together when he mentions the chance draw.
Yeah, that's where I was like, okay, so he's not Punk Jack. So it's like, all right, that red herring was already.
But wait. He could have been Punk Jack, because he could have, as the game master, he could have said, hey, I need you to do this for me. That way, no one can suspect anything.
Yeah, either way, it is what it is. I like this reveal. It's got me excited for episode 10, and it just builds on more like what was Ace's wish. What is going to happen to Tycoon? How will he return? Will Sarah be part of the games next? Will Buffa get his revenge? How is Neon gonna come to grow as her own, as we see in the preview? And what is Punk Jack's deal? I think these questions are being built, and I know they'll be answered either throughout this next arc or arcs afterwards. But as long as it's answered, unlike in Revice, when was Iki ever going to wear the suit? When he never wears the damn suit. Oh, he wears the suit for a friend, but he doesn't wear the suit when he's losing his mind as a demon. I'm not going to get over that. That is a faux pas on Revice. You show us this visual to make us think something's going to happen, but nothing happens with Iki. But with Geats,
if anything, Suit Icky should have been Vice in a human form.
Yeah, like that's the whole point. Like, he's in his suit, the demon inside him took over, like something like that. But no, but in Geats, they have visuals that are either paying off or will pay off, and it's slowly building to pay off soon.
Yeah, and one thing I like about the theme song is when they show the part when they show the 7 players. When they show the segments with the eliminated players, the screen behind them shows the moment they were eliminated in the show, while the characters that are still participating, like you see a brief clip of them in the present episode. So I do find that a little bit interesting.
And then like I love this how the song is called "Trust Last." Like that's the last thing you do in this game. You trust people.
Yeah. Do you ally yourself or do you betray your teammates? That's literally part of the lyrics.
And also, it's like the song is great. And also, it's good to have the guys from Guy team up with Kodakumi. That's just my personal bias. I love Kodakumi.
All right, so first ratings for the episode, and then ratings for the arc as a whole. So, Mike, quick likes, dislikes, and score out of 10 for episode 9.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
There's no dislike. Oh, no, there's a dislike for Michael. The Neon didn't win.
Keep bringing that up. See what happens.
Do you want me to lower it to a 9 for you?
No.
Okay, so
it's probably a 9.999 just because Neon didn't
win. Okay. Jared, how about you?
Likes everything, characters, the story, choreography, shot composition, music. Dude, this is a 10 out of 10 show, episode, everything. And yeah, my man Geats won, though.
Yeah, okay, 10 out of 10. I would also give it a 10 out of 10. I know, like we've been struggling to find a perfect 10 out of 10. Like whether it's individual or unanimous in Revice, like we rarely got to see those. But here it's like we got consecutive unanimous 10s. Like for a hot minute here. Good job, Geats. You're really hitting your stride. But yeah, like I agree with Jared. You know, there's really good writing in this episode. The pacing was well done. I mean, I will call BS a little bit about the whole expansion thing, but it served its purpose of like them having to like go beyond their previous limits. And I do like how their raised buckles reflected their parenting styles, where Nago's the helicopter parent, and she gets the propeller buckle. Buffa was the drill sergeant parent, so he gets the drill buckle, and Ace is the monster parent, so he gets the monster raised buckle. But yeah, so I give this episode a 10 out of 10. Now, we just finished our technically second arc, the encounter arc. So episodes 2 through 9 as a whole arc, what score would you give them? Let's go back to Michael.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, cool. How about you, Jared?
I'll just copy paste my last description for the episode and the whole entire arc. 10 out of 10.
Nice. No, I agree with the both of you. Like this has been a banger of an arc. It's like it was short, but it served its purpose. I don't know if the later arcs are going to be slightly longer, but it's well worth it because we want to get a feel for like what people are in for, like from start to end of the games, because when we saw the first arc, we were literally in the last episode of the arc. We're dropped off like at the very end of it, so like now we get more context of how this plays out, and let's see how stakes are raised in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that like there's gonna be like an old guy being one of the new writers in the next one. That's all we know. And we get the guitar thing. Can't wait to see that. Okay, comments time. Remember, guys, we are streaming these live. If you comment during the live stream, we will air your comments on the screen right here. So first, we got L'Oreal says, "Hi guys, how you doing, L'Oreal? We're having a happy Saturday." Sure, Ace won the game, but I still smell an ulterior motive behind the Zaire Grand Prix. Strongest battle anyone? Yep. Yeah, we kind of went over this. Yeah, you're not wrong. But the plot does thicken. I do like the propeller Neon was using. Yeah. I like the way she utilized it, because
it's like some Inspector Gadget type stuff.
Yeah, it could be worse. At least she wasn't like Inspector Gadget, where it's like literally on her head.
Let's not.
Yeah. Prathamesh says, "Hi guys, what's up? How you doing, Prathamesh?" Yeah. The monster buckle was awesome, especially the chest plate. So rad. Yep. Honestly, when I look at the eyes of the monster buckle, it kind of reminds me of Cookie Monster. Cookies.
I think it makes me think of something out of One Piece, especially since I just saw One Piece film Red last night. That's got me thinking.
How was it though?
Fantastic.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it with friends.
Same.
Okay. The eggs. I really thought there was an animal in there. I mean, if we go the Yu Yu Hakusho route, it doesn't have to have an animal, but the way you take care of it does reflect what will come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a real human baby.
Pretty much.
Yeah. The monster buckle, I also love the stars on it. Kind of reminds me of Hoken Cross Saber, but cuter. Yeah. I think there's going to be a raised buckle that's going to kind of remind me of Hyper Muteki X-Aid.
I think there's a Muteki X-Aid raised buckle. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the new buckle for Kamen Rider Nago. Yeah.
Awesome.
See me being a Kamen Rider Slash fan, and I'm not trying to reference the
No, I thought Kamen Rider Slash when I saw I'm thinking Kamen Rider Slash
because Breminski Rock Band was one of my favorite auxiliary Wonder Ride books. So, and I actually do have it, so it's nice to actually like see something similar to that come back. Plus I'm a huge Rock Band geek. I actually got my Guitar Hero Les Paul right here when I was doing the Doctor for Halloween, because don't get me wrong, aesthetically
on the tank, best Doctor Who moment, period, point blank. I will not have any arguments from anybody. Peter Capaldi.
That we can agree on. That we can agree on. No, Jared.
You said you wanted an axe battle, so I brought my axe. You like the tank? I'm not a fan of these, but I got it for my fish.
That'll be the most infamous moment in Doctor Who ever. I will not take any criticisms.
I agree with you 110%.
Like, I only have 2 pop figures, and one of them is Peter Capaldi with a guitar. Okay. So, Ace, I gotta admit, he's just as cool as Toma. Sorry, but that dude is Auga.
I'll do it for you. Auga!
Auga!
Okay, and that's it for our comments.
We got one more.
No, we're good. We're running out of time here. We're at the 1 hour mark. But no, I do appreciate everyone who has made a comment, everyone who's watching our show. And of course, thank you for watching the last 9 episodes of Kamen Rider Geats. Obviously, next week we're gonna go back to episode 10. And for those of you who are not aware, on Thursday we did do Black Sun episode 1. So Thursdays we do Black Sun, we do Kamen Rider Black Sun. Saturdays we do Kamen Rider Geats, and of course, I've been told that Dawn Brothers will be coming back. So let's hopefully we get caught up with that.
And listen, by the time it comes back, I will officially be caught up with Dawn Brothers.
Yeah.
As well as Dino Fury season 2. So please enjoy all of that on our channel at the Morphin Network, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon, because those Giamotos like to manipulate those YouTube algorithms. And of course, we also got some actor interviews from Power Morphicon as well. So please enjoy those as well. And be sure to check out our sister show, The Buttery Show, where we have finished doing the Shamrock timeline of the Halloween franchise. Coming soon, we'll start doing reviews of the Harry Potter franchise. And
Expecto Patronum!
Exactly. And check out our latest video game podcast where we talked about it, G4 and Bayonetta 3. So all that and more on these 2 channels, Morphin Network, The Buttery Show. Check them out, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But if you want to get more content of the 3 of us, Jared, where can these lovely audiences find you?
What's good, just sexy mother people? I am Jared from Engine Gate, YouTube as well, to the I am him. I run fades, clap cheeks, wreck ish, push, I am him. You can find us over at youtube.com/EngineGate, twitch.tv/EngineGate, where we do cover K-pop, anime, and tokusatsu. This weekend, we're on a bit of a break, but we'll be back Monday with K-pop, Tuesday with some Naruto, where we're covering the hidden and shidden storylines in Naruto Shippuden, and then next weekend, we'll be covering more Geats and Dawn Brothers, and also we've got some spicy Exotica interviews to be uploaded, and some more tokusatsu stuff coming in the future, so... Yeah.
Vulcan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, where I will be doing some more streaming. I'm just taking the week off because, sometimes you just need to take a break from streaming. But, I will be back on Monday, same old. And, of course, Mike, where can they find you?
What is up, everyone? This is Mike. You guys can find me at Instagram at RadRanger2134, Twitch at Falcon347, where we will be continuing our journey in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
And of course, I hope you all are all of us hope that you are having a wonderful Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, and get plenty cardio in, because November is that time of the month of the year when we start to stuff our faces with turkey and potatoes and corn and all that stuff, and then we burn off those calories.
Listen, Thanksgiving is the only time, and I mean this. Thanksgiving is the only time where I can be fat and get away with it.
I mean, I was at the gym.
Just like Halloween's the only time of the year when we could cosplay in public and get away with it.
Exactly. Well, actually, no. Technically, yeah, you're right. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hit the gym. Hit the gym. You can't have a convention every day, but you can go to a grocery store with Freddy Krueger makeup.
Don't tempt me, because I would.
I believe it.
Yeah, one time I actually did do that because we had an extracurricular movie class, and on Halloween we actually did have a makeup artist show up and put prosthetics on all of us. So I literally had this giant face scar
just
all day.
Just everyone's looking at your face scar while you're there getting vegetables, and I'm just like,
yeah, some General Tso chicken. Yeah.
But
Good times, good times. And of course, make sure you get that conditioning in, because right after Thanksgiving, it's the annual shopping games. May the prices be ever in your favor. So,
okay,
just
but
like
that
that
one,
crazy
we gonna have
Target
to
lady, get those workouts in.
Yes, sir.
listen.
Get
And
them
there's something about
gains.
shopping online if you value your lives.
Or just shop smartly, like me.
Yeah. Until then, guys,
Yeah, no.
have a good weekend. Bye.